If you're looking for something to give you that little bit of extra energy, then look no further than Rocket Fuel. Great tasting coffee and hot chocolate that packs a punch to help you work and game longer. Check out the link in the description below for a wide range of options available to you. Hi guys, it's Andy from NismoTechUK. Today we're having a look at the Cooler Master Nepton 280L all-in-one liquid CPU cooler. Okay, so let's start with the front of the box. We've got the Cooler Master logo right up at the top here. A nice image of the Nepton 280L along with the actual pump and the light LED that glows around the hexagonal part of the Cooler Master logo. Down at the bottom here we've got maintenance free, ultra-fine micro channel, which is part of the actual CPU copper cooler block, and durable FEP tubing. Extreme cooling performance, extra large 280mm radiator, so that's something that you need to bear in mind if you're looking at trying to fit this into your case. And also comes with dual jet flow 140mm fans. Moving around to this side, we've got a nice image of the actual CPU pump block. And I'll see the socket compatibility, which we'll come on to a little bit later. That's down at the bottom there. Moving on to the back, we've got a little bit of sort of technical information within foreign different languages. We've got here pure copper water block, microchannel technology, factory filled and sealed, and durable and powerful water pump. I'll see a little bit of an example with regards to the Nepton 280L and the Nepton 140XL, as well as a stock Intel heatsink, the various different temperatures that were actually achieved during their testing. Moving on to this side, which is more of the business end, we have got the individual specifications for the actual Nepton 280L. So starting with the radiator, the dimensions are 311mm by 139mm by 30mm, made out of aluminium. The fan dimensions, essentially they're 140mm, 25mm thickness. The fan speed runs from 800 up to 2000 RPM, and they are 4-pin PWM controlled. The airflow from the fan is 54 to 122.5 CFM, with a noise level from 21 to 39 dBA. The noise level from the pump is less than 25 dBA, with a pump power of The pump noise level is less than 25 dBA and has a power of 2.9 watts. Okay, so let's now get inside the box and have a look and see what we get. So it comes nicely packaged. I'm just going to pop this down to the side here so you can actually have a quick look about how it's sort of laid out within this recycled cardboard. So we're just going to take the first thing out, which are the JetFlow 140s, and also an instruction manual. Obviously, if you are going to be installing this, it's a very good idea to also give this a read, because it will make life a lot simpler and a lot easier for you. Also included is the warranty information. I believe it comes with a 2-year warranty. Probably would have been nice to see a little bit longer, to be fair, but that's what they've done. What else have we got inside here? So we've got the pump itself, and then we have got all the various different screws and brackets for the AMD and Intel setup, as well as what looks to be an extension cable and some thermal paste, which we'll look at in a bit more detail in a moment. So this is the Nepton 280L. So I'll just pop that down to one side a moment. Leave that on top while we just close this back up. Might as well put that inside as well. Bear with me. Pop that down over there. So let's now sort of start by taking a closer look at the actual pump itself. As you can see, it comes in this sort of plastic bag to obviously help protect it. Move that out of the way. And the first thing that I'm going to sort of talk about is the fact that the pump itself is powered by a 4-pin, obviously 4-pin PWM cable. You can see it's braided. Obviously, you've got a yellow sticker on here. which I assume that you can remove. That one there, it says warranty void if removed, so probably not a good idea to remove that one. But as you can see, the actual pump itself is powered by that particular cable, so the pump does not control the actual fans itself, which may or may not be a bad thing. Personally, I don't think it's that bad of a thing at all, because obviously it just sort of saves with the actual cabling, makes the whole sort of system sort of look a bit more appealing. So these are obviously the special durable FEP tubing that you can see here. They're quite thick, they're very rigid, very movable, which is another good plus point. We've got the full copper base down here with the micro channel, ultrafine micro channel technology. So you need to peel that off before actually removing it. As you can see, just here we have got a couple of sort of holes for the thumb screws for installation, which we'll show you how to do that in a moment. But the other thing is as well, as you can see, you are able to sort of move and adjust these, obviously the pump and where the actual tubing goes into the actual pump, which is obviously really good as well. So let's now look a little bit closer at the actual radiator. Obviously the fact that it's a 280mm radiator, so it's slightly oversized compared to the majority on the actual market, so you do need to bear this in mind. You can see also you've got the various different mounting holes. By the looks of it, you can put 120s or even 140s onto the actual radiator itself. You see obviously that the gaps in between the actual fins are very, very close together indeed. And you can see obviously the actual radiator in full there. It looks absolutely fantastic, very, very well built. And coming around to this sort of business end, it says here do not tamper with or remove, because obviously that is where the actual liquid has been put into the actual radiator, etc. So that's about it really for that. So what I'm going to do now, and just pop that up to the top here, we're going to have a closer look at one of the actual fans itself. Just to show you what this looks like. If I can get them out of the actual bag. Break the bag and make it a lot easier. Okay, so these are the Duo JetFlow 140s. If I can somehow get them apart, they seem to be stuck together somehow. There we are. Okay, so also with a lot of the sort of newer JetFlows, they are LED. These ones are not the LED version, but looking a little bit closer, we have got anti-vibration sort of rubber mounts or pads on the side there, and also on the other side we've got this sort of nice black raised bit of plastic on the actual fan blade to obviously help with the airflow. Got a really long, nice black cable, PWM fan, or PWM connector, and this is a real plus point for me. Black cables running all the way into the actual motor. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to just quickly run over is the installation manual. As you can see, we've got various different steps for Intel and AMD. So you've got lots of graphics in here, which look to be really quite simple and easy to follow with regards to installation. So this should be a doddle for the majority of users to actually install, but make sure that you do give this a very good read. I'm just going to move the camera down so that we can have a bit more of a closer look at the various different bits and accessories that come with this. Okay, so the first thing, obviously, we have got your PWM splitter. One of the connectors is a brown and one's a black. I'm not quite sure as to why, but that's obviously for connecting your two 140mm fans into the top here and then connecting that to your header. Just look at the AMD bracket here. Obviously it's for all AMD platforms, and also on that side we have got the Intel bracket, so it's just one bracket that you need. And we've got some Cooler Master paste included, thermal compound, and then the rest of it are just literally all the various different accessories that you're going to need in order to install this beast into your system. Okay, so as you can see, I've got the 140mm JetFlow fans installed onto the actual radiator. Look really good, real sort of stealth looking. Moving around to this side, also you can see that the thickness has increased. We've now got 30mm with the radiator, 25mm with the actual fans. Obviously I've not, screwed them down properly. You are able to also use this radiator and within the push-pull configuration, so you're able to put 120 or 140mm fans up the top, and you do get the extra screws to do that. Moving on to the actual pump itself, I have got the Intel brackets installed via the screws on the bottom, also connecting that on to the actual pump. With regards to the actual bracket itself, very easy, very simple to actually do. As with most of the brackets these days, literally just push the pin through, which will then push through to the actual motherboard. You've got a clip here, which you just literally push down to keep it in place, and also you can then adjust that and adjust accordingly to your motherboard. Once it's through the motherboard, you then push one of these standoffs onto the actual top. You can see we have got a gap between the actual plastic and the actual framework, obviously for where the motherboard's meant to go. And then if I can do this, you just literally then put, which I'm not going to be, obviously it's a lot easier to put in and actually install when actually within when it's connected to a motherboard, but essentially you put that on top, and then using thumb screws, which I think is really, really cool, very simple, you then just basically put the thumb screw on there and screw it obviously down tightly into place. So that's just sort of a general overview as to how to actually install the Nepton 280L onto your motherboard. I'm now going to power this thing up so that we can have a look at the glow from the actual pump and also what the fans look like in operation. Okay, so we've now got the Nepton 280L powered up, or connected up to the power supply. So we're just going to give this thing a switch on. If I find the switch, there we go. See the actual fan starting to kick out. Now at the moment, these are running at full speed. As you can hopefully see, there's a hell of a lot of air coming from the actual back of the actual radiator. I don't want to sort of move it around too much because of obviously all the wires. It's not probably a good idea for me to do that. But I do want to show you the actual pump itself. As you can see, we've got a real nice glow around the actual Cooler Master logo. No vibration coming from this at all, actually, to be fair. There's very, very little noise coming from this. Looks really, really good indeed, so very impressed with this. So I'm now going to give you just sort of a run through of the actual technical specifications and also give you my sort of views about the actual build quality. Okay, so now on to a little bit more information with regards to the Nepton 280L. The 280L uses a large 280mm by 140mm aluminium heat exchanger that's 30mm in thickness. On the radiator, you can mount the two 140cm jet flow fans side by side, which works much better than in the push-pull configurations. Both fans won't be starved from air. The fans can operate from 800 RPM all the way up to 2000 RPM and are rated to move anywhere from 54 CFM all the way up to 122 CFM. You are also able to mount two 120mm fans if you wish to the actual radiator, and push-pull configuration is also possible. The use of 120mm fans may make it a little bit easier to install into some cases as well. The radiator is then connected to the pump by larger than normal tubes. The FEP tubing used in this instance is 15.5mm in diameter, which means that you're going to get a lot more coolant circulating around the system to also improve its performance. The pump head measures 48 by 70 by 75mm in size and is extremely quiet in comparison to a lot of them that are on the market at the moment. It does draw its power from a 3-pin header on your motherboard as well, and it meets the top of the CPU with a micro-skived copper cold plate. Overall, the design and also the build quality on the Nepton 280L is absolutely fantastic indeed. Can't fault it in any way, shape or form, and from what I've read, it really does perform exceptionally well. I do like the fact that the fans can be installed using thumb screws. That's a real good plus point from me. I like the redesigned logo LED on the actual pump compared to the blue LED on the older versions or the older liquid coolers from Cooler Master. And another good point is the swivel available on the tubes from the pump block and also on the radiator. It does allow a lot more room and flexibility to do a real nice clean build. So we are going to also be doing some testing with this, and also we're going to be featuring this particular all-in-one liquid cooler in numerous different builds into mini ITX cases as well. So make sure you stay tuned to that. I'm really looking forward to seeing how well this actually performs. So we hope you liked the video. Please leave a comment down below whether or not you like the sort of oversized 280L. Whether or not you potentially look to use this sort of thing in your system, let us know. So we look forward to seeing you in our next video. We hope you liked our video review. If you did, then please leave a like as well as any comments or questions you may have down below. Full details and specifications on this item can be found at our website, NismoTech.com, along with all the links for purchasing if you wish. Also on our site you'll find our latest reviews and current giveaways, plus a lot more. We look forward to seeing you in our next review.